Greetings and welcome to Painting with Art for Truth. In this lesson, I'm going to do just a quick lesson today, instruction on some basic color theory and mixing. Very basic. I'm going to try to keep it very simple. We're just doing sort of a short introductory lesson today, and we'll do some more detailed stuff later, but I wanted to do a little something to get people started who are interested in painting and might feel intimidated and don't know a lot about it or how to start. You don't need an idea in your mind. You don't need an image or a still life set up. All you need is some color, a surface, and some imagination. So without further ado, we'll do some painting. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'll show you my palette, if you can see it. I know it's not totally clean, but I have some yellow, red, and blue. Now, yellow, red, and blue are the three primary colors of painting. And essentially, you can mix all the other colors you want out of these three colors. So we're going to start, put a little bit of yellow over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little spot. You can make a circle, a square, whatever you like. I just like to make marks. And I'm also going to make some of that yellow down over here. And you'll see why in a bit. It's okay if this drips. In fact, we want it to. Well, maybe it won't. What I'm doing is, you see how it's thick here, the thick yellow. Here is a much thinner, more watery yellow. And you can see the difference. One is darker in tone and the other lighter. And so you can do that with painting, is use, oh, this brush is losing here. So you could use water, essentially, or a thin brush to create tone changes, lights and darks in your piece. And now see the difference when you add some of that yellow. Now this difference is marked when you use some of your other colors, red and blue, for example. Clean my brush. What I like to do is put it in the water. In fact, I'll show you. I put it in the water. I do this a little bit on the bottom, to get some of this stuff off, and then bang it on the sides a little bit, let some of that water out, and then wipe it down a little like that. And there we go. Okay, so next primary color we'll do here is red. I'm going to put a little bit of red here. And again, you can see already the difference. If it's lighter in tone, what a difference it makes in color. See what we can do here with real dark and real light. So it's real neat what you can do just by using the exact same color with a little different level of it on your brush. So after red, and you can be putting these colors anywhere on your canvas. You can be thinking about this as an abstract painting. You can be making these marks anywhere. Circles, squares, triangles, scribbles, whatever you want. And then we have blue. And each of these make a difference next to each other. And you can see when we went from yellow to red, it's warmer. And then add the blue, add some cool. So it's interesting. All the different feelings that colors get depending on where they are on the surface and what other colors they're next to. But we'll talk about that more in other lessons. And so here we have this blue, and again, look how light we can get it by thinning it out a little bit using some water. Beautiful stuff. So you can see here already where you're getting to a point where you can see we can do different sky colors, watercolors, just from a blue without even adding any other colors. Look how watery that looks already. So anyways, we've got this idea. These three colors, so red, yellow, and blue. When you mix these respectively with each other, you get all the different colors. We're going to start yellow and red. What we do is I'll take a fair amount of yellow, and then I'll take a small amount of red, let's say something like this. And I'll mix them in together. You don't need a lot of the darker color to your lighter color, especially with the red. And so then we have, make it even lighter here. It's okay to mix it right on your palette or right on your surface, not palette, on your canvas or your paper. Use that as your palette. So look at that. We mix these red and yellow together, and we got an interesting light orange. We're going to add a little bit more the red to it. That'll be a lot. We'll wipe a little bit there on the palette. We can see we have another orange here. the slightly lighter hue. In fact, what we'll do is add a little bit of yellow on top. And you can see the change. It goes a little darker, but not too much. And we'll add some of that red again in here. Oops, a little bit more. And there we go. We got different oranges here. Add a lot more red to give it a red-orange color. See the gradations? Very nice stuff there. And almost makes a shading. So there you have just 4 oranges, and you can make hundreds of oranges. So many different gradiating colors and varying degrees. So we're going to start with that. Then we're going to move on next to our next series. We'll mix red and blue together and see what happens. What you're going to get when you mix red and blue together, a bit of blue and then some red, mix it in the palette, you're going to get purple. You're going to get purple or violet, depending on how you want to call it. Now, the way I've heard it or look at it is that red and blue, when it's more red, like maroon color like this, it would be more on the violet side. If it's more on the blue side, but still purple, then we'll call it, or still, a mix, then we'll call it purple. Just to be technical here, just to make some distinction, you can see already the difference between the darker color with the blue and the bit with the red. Do a little bit more here, try to get something in the middle. And this is without adding any white or any colors like that. Any other supplements. It's just 2 colors. Now, depending on the types of paint you use, the types of red, what they are, where they come from, the brand, it can make a big difference as to how your purple is going to look. So I say that you can make all the colors in the universe out of these 3 colors. That's kind of in theory, because not every purple and every green and every blue or whatnot, yellow, will do exactly the same things. And that's one of the cool things about color in painting, is there's always these changes. So you can see as we spread it out a little bit more, the purple, when we use the white a little bit more. That's a cool purple right there. That's a nice color, nice group of colors. Bring out a little bit more of that blue. Very nice. Okay, so again, some purples will be nicer than others. Some reds and blues don't mix the greatest purples, but we've got some nice colors here that we can use for various things. You get the idea. That's a nice purple right in there. See that? When you lighten it up a little, that's nice stuff. You can do all kinds of fun things with purple. And we haven't even added white yet, but we'll get to that. And then yellow and blue and yellow make green. So we're going to take some of our yellow, again using more yellow than blue, and then a little dash of blue. We'll mix that in together. Do something like this, green. Mix that yellow right in there, get a kind of a lighter green. Do even more up here. Really light green. It's getting closer to the yellow there. Add a nice amount of blue and go down here. See, color mixing is the type of thing you can do right on your brush, on the canvas. I mean, you just add a little bit for what you feel will work. A little bit more here. It's not like there's exact measurements taken. These are some nice greens. Again, you can make some nice little watercolors in here, and colors of nice shade colors for trees in the dark and stuff. Black and yellow also make a really nice green, so that's something to keep in mind. So then we have it. We mixed just quickly here using just 3 colors. We mixed a whole bunch of different colors. Different oranges, a bunch of different purples, violets, and these different greens. Now if I add a little bit of white to some of this, look at this green, changes things. So it's almost like a gray. And again, starting to colors you can use in water or various things. Plant life, these colors are everywhere. You can paint abstractions, you can paint realistically. See, white definitely changes some of the quality of the color. Trying to keep a fairly clean brush here. But it's, you know, you'll get a little muddy from time to time. What happens when we add it to purple? It's real interesting. Start to get a lot more different tone and a lot of more definition of your color. And now you can probably see where there's more flower colors in here, and you can do all these different neat things with the white. See, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Start to get different gradations. So really does some neat stuff, changes things up once you add some white. And you don't have to, but white is a useful color. It's one that I use a lot because you can see the range it will bring. But don't just use it just to lighten things. Try to use it to find different colors in a color language. It's still wet, which it is. Oh yeah, see the difference you get when you add white instead of yellow to lighten it up. Very interesting kinds of oranges in here. Used for all kinds of different things. And painting. That's nice. There's some nice colors here. So see, these things happen. Okay, we're going to show you one more thing here, more or less. Now that you have all these different colors, you have some white, you can see some different gradations and some different shadings and stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to take these colors that we mixed. So first I'll just go over here. We'll do a little bit of red at the top. We're going to make a rudimentary color wheel here. Yellow, whoops, kind of going to be a little green, but it's okay. A little messy, a little yellow there, and then blue. And I'm making it kind of like a triangle, color triangle here. There's your blue. Now, between the blue and the yellow, because that's the colors we use to mix green, we'll put a little bit of green in here. So we'll get the idea that that is green. Whoops. Anyways, there's your basic green here. Messy, but that's okay. Similarly with orange. Just kind of throw an orange in there. That's a little light. See, the more you blend it, the more it mixes. Makes sense, right? So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and we know what that last color is, so let's get that purple in there. Purple. Purple. It's a grayish purple, but that's all right. We're going to be making grays. So that's more or less your purple. So anyways, we have colors that are sort of opposite each other here. We have red and green opposite each other, purple and yellow, and orange and blue. Now, they call these the complementary colors. One primary, one secondary each. Yellow, red, blue, orange, green, purple. What happens is when you mix these colors together, you get gray. You get various grays and various browns, and it's really a cool thing to experiment with. And there is really your bread and butter with color mixing. All of the stuff, all the colors you can make, your earth tones, your flesh tones, for anybody, for any place. Mud colors, greens, grays, to shadows, all of these colors, all of the non-bright colors that you see in the world can be made from mixing these complements together in varying degrees with some other colors and varying degrees of white. My high school art teacher always used to talk about not using black just as a color to make shadows and add to colors. Use your complements and find the grays that they make. So we're going to take some red. I think, yeah, we're going to take some red here. We're going to take some green that we mixed, not much. We're going to have to add a little bit more green. And to do that, I'm going to just mix it kind of straight up here. So there, we got a basic green. We're going to add this to our red here. And you can see all of a sudden it's becoming browner, more subdued, more subtle. You can see the difference. Look at that. That's really cool. And it can help you to get colors to go more in the distance. And we'll be doing some more lessons on that, but see what a nice gray this makes. Add a little bit extra blue in order to bring out some of the coolness and some grayness. So you can see those as like dark trees in the way distance on the clouds or in mountains or something. You know, just add a little white to show what it does. See how that gray really pops out. Greenish gray, brownish gray. Add a little bit more blue to that, just to bring out some rocky grayness. See, now you have stone color, rock color, gravel or dirt, some tar in some places. You're getting more to these colors. So look what we just did from adding a little bit of red and green together. We got all of these different colors in here. It's very cool. And you can keep going, all these different grays and browns. If I kept it a little bit more on the red side, and we'll show that in here, it starts to be more like a brown, like an earth brown, and that's okay. We want to have earthy colors in here. And it's getting a little bit gray there. So but you can see just the wide range of all the different colors you can make. The browns are, you know, useful for dirt, for trees, for, you know, wood, for all kinds of things, for various rocks, various skin tones, and all, I mean, so many different colors can be used. So look at all the different colors we're making with just the 3 we started with. Pretty cool stuff. White really helps to bring out some things. And now we'll do the last one, purple and yellow. Clean my brush a little bit here. So we'll have some purple here. Oh, that's kind of nice purple. And we'll add yellow. Look at that real interesting green, like mucky green kind of. Swampy colors, but they're everywhere. You see these colors all over the place in nature. And so add a little bit of white. Look at that. So that's purple. Purple and yellow mixed together. Look at these browns. Look at these really neat gray browns we're getting. Add just a little bit more blue again to just bring out the cool element to it. See how gray that begins to get. What a cool gray that is. Literally cool because it has blue. You can see again how you can use all these colors together, start connecting them, and you can almost turn this into a painting, a nice abstract piece. So from here, I hope you can see all of just a few of the possibilities that you can do with mixing a few colors together. But you can see the limitlessness of it. Look at all these different colors you can make. And then you start, you know, maybe mix some together, add some purple and green and various things. You'll get all kinds of different color combinations popping out. Just mixing some grays and some purples and adding a few different colors here and there, almost like mud. Making mud and spread it around and then add a little bit of white. Look at all the neat colors in there. Not every color has to be bright and bold. In fact, most colors are not. And then when you add a bright or bold color on top of something muddy, it really makes it stronger. See, look at that, the way that pops out. I might as well add a little bit of red if I have any left for good measure. So many grays, so much we can do, so much fun we can have. You can put colors on top of these other ones and see what happens and play around. But from 3 colors, we have this whole range of different interesting colors that we can use. Neat. Really cool stuff. So there you have it. Here is a little bit of a color lesson. We started with these 3 primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. We mixed all kinds of greens and purples and oranges and then mixed those together to get complementary colors, to get grays and browns and all of these different range of colors. So this is just a small thing that you can do when you start painting. And then look how this could come together to make like make some land or a river or any number of things or an abstract piece. So just a little example of some of the stuff that you can do with paint if you allow yourself to just mix and explore and have some fun with it. So I hope you have enjoyed this little bit of art lesson. Keep checking out the YouTube channel, Art for Truth, for different music videos, art, improvisations as far as musical about art and stuff, as well as more painting videos and instruction. Either way, I hope you are well, staying happy, healthy, and keep on making art. Thank you all very much for your eyes, ear, and time.